Welcome back to the Pain Game YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. Today we are talking Ryan Garcia, who has been expelled by the WBC as their president tweeted out, "I am hereby expelling Ryan Garcia from any activity with our organization. We reject any form of discrimination. I fear for Ryan's well-being as he has declined multiple attempts for our help with mental health and substance abuse." Now, where has this all come from? Well, going back to the Devin Haney fight build-up, Ryan was acting differently to what we'd ever seen him act before. And there was a series of moments and incidents where people thought genuinely, me included, this guy's losing his mind. But also, he was doing it with a sense of humor. So it was kind of hard to decipher what is trolling, what is genuinely crazy. And after the fight, he told the world, "I trolled you all. I fooled a lot of you. I wasn't crazy. I was just playing a game." And a lot of people after that moment said, "We bought it. Well done. You tricked us all." What a moment of genius, because he delivered in the ring. And for a lot of people, that was enough to suggest you can't deliver like that in the ring and be losing your mind. And sadly, that isn't true. I mean, countless athletes over the years have had mental health disorders, addictions, and continue to perform at the highest level. It's just very rare that we say that. And Ryan Garcia is a bit of a freak in that sense. The reality, in my opinion, was that this is a slow descent into someone on the brink of having a serious manic episode. And I think we're almost there, unfortunately. Ryan, this time, you're looking at his behavior and thinking, this is not the behavior, the words of a man, especially the man that we knew a few years ago with all of his faculties and who is thinking clearly. He is not. So from what I can gather, Ryan went on Twitter, has seen a video from a Muslim content creator. It's triggered him. He's went off on one. And rather than doing what normal people would do, which is see our video from our person and just go, okay, that's their opinion, he's gone after the whole lot. Oh, I hate this whole group of people. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, I see things on Twitter every day where people are getting shot and killed. There's all sorts of weird shit being served up on your timeline. You don't feel the need to go off on one and blame every person from one group of people for whatever you're saying. Like, he can't control his thoughts. He is out of control. And not to mention, he's dropping the N-bomb flagrantly, just crazy. He's lost it. So Ryan hops on Twitter Spaces with Muslim creator Sneeko and says this:
"Fuck all you motherfuckers, bro. You guys are weird as fuck. Fuck all you Muslim ass fucking..."
Okay, I think we get the point. So Ryan is slurring his words there. He's absolutely off the map. And at the end, he actually says, "I don't have to care. I'm not taking this back because I'm with Jesus. I'm with God." And you think to yourself, listen to yourself, mate. It's as if nothing applies to him because he's got this Jesus is king thing that he always comes back to. It's like a safety blanket that Ryan holds on to, where it allows him to behave however he wants because he's got Jesus on his side. It's not uncommon for someone going through a mental health breakdown to hold on to something like that as a way to not take responsibility for any of their behavior. And throughout the rest of the day, he tweeted a lot of things using the N-bomb, referencing George Floyd, talking about how he's seeing all these babies being eaten and killed and human trafficking. He's fixated on this human trafficking and children thing. It's an obsession that he can't stop talking about. And I really understand how so much pain has been caused by Ryan Garcia here. Like, the boxing community, there's a massive amount of black people, Muslim people, and this kid is a huge name in boxing, and he is just spitting in their face right now. And they've got every right to be hurt, upset, not just them, but his fans, right? Whatever skin color, religion you are, you've supported this guy, you've paid the tickets, you've wanted to be like him. Look at Ryan Garcia. He's a good looking young lad with bags of talent and charisma at his best. People wanted to be like him, and now he's stabbing them in the back essentially and making them feel like, why did I ever support you? The problem is, I don't think Ryan Garcia is even aware of just how much pain and hurt he's causing at all. I personally have had a close family member sectioned multiple times, and they've come out with horrible, hurtful things that upset you. On the one hand, we want to have our boundaries of what is acceptable in society and what we personally feel is acceptable. But on the other hand, that person that you're dealing with in that moment has no idea of what is normal, what is acceptable. They've checked out. They've gone, they've lost it. And I feel like Ryan Garcia right now is on the path to that place. And it's hard to really quantify how much responsibility Ryan Garcia should be taking in the long term for this behavior, because whether he's mentally ill or not, He's behaving like a complete and utter arsehole. And I don't have a problem with anyone holding this against him for however long they want to. But equally, when I look at the way he used to behave compared to this, I don't think that this is who he really is and really wants to be. The combination of this mental issue and the drug issue, which I think is quite clear, has got a hold on him. And until the people around him do what they should do and sort him out and check him into a facility of some sort, this is only going to get fucking worse. And I don't want to hear ever again about I fooled you, I trolled you. Bullshit, mate. You're a fucking mess of a man right now in need of serious help. And when I look at what I've seen people go through in regards to their mental health episodes and the fixations that they have usually involve, conspiracy theories, and there's truth in it, but they go so deep in the research and they end up believing every single thing they read. And when I look at Ryan Garcia talking about the children being eaten and the sex trafficking and the government's all of that involving in it, and his own coming out with the fact that he said he was sexually attacked when he was young. I'm not saying none of that is true and that there aren't elements of truth in all of it, and his own story could be completely true, but it's the fixation and the way he keeps going on and on and on and on and on about it. It reminds me of things I've heard before. And I am not an expert. I'm just a guy who's seen things and I got a bit of life experience, and I'm connecting a few dots here, and it does look reminiscent to me of someone who really needs serious fucking help. And another thing I've seen from other people that I'm saying from Ryan is his issues with women. I mean, the guy's a multi-millionaire. He's worth a fortune, good-looking kid. He's got the pick of every woman in the world. Men in his position normally are very selective and very careful and calm about what they're doing, or they keep things private to some degree. This man proposes to every woman who fucking talks to him, mate. He has no self-control. A thought comes into his head, he tweets it. He sees a woman, he wants to shag her. He's like a dog with two dicks right now. He can't keep a grip on himself, and that is why it's so important when you have not got that self-control that the people around you can be trusted to look after you. Imagine Ryan Garcia having a fight soon. Fuck me. It's a good job he is banned. And ironically, in regards to the ban, Dana White just came out the other day and said his team, who are experts in the field of, the drugs in sport, have actually vindicated Ryan Garcia verbally and said, look, from everything that we've looked into about the Ryan Garcia case, and we haven't got a horse in this race, we think he's genuinely innocent and that it is a tainted supplement. In regards to fight sports, the UFC are levels above boxing. So that actually gave me a bit of faith that maybe he is telling the truth about that. But then he does all this shit and I'm like, you're just destroying yourself, mate. And part of the issue for people who are witnessing a mental health breakdown, is, if they've never seen one before, is they expect it to be quite sudden, quite dramatic, and quite, like a firework going off. Whereas it's not really like that, in my experience at least. It's a very slow and gradual thing where the signs are there earlier, but they just get ever so slightly worse and worse and worse and worse and less able to be controlled. So if we look at the Devin Haney build-up, a lot of what we're saying now was there, but it just wasn't as extreme. And he was still able to handle himself and control his behavior enough to have a great fight and perform on the night. Now I look at him, I mean, the sweat pouring out of him, God knows what he's fucking putting into his body. He looks a million miles away from having the ability to compete with Devin Haney. And for him personally, because it is gradual, he isn't as aware of like, I'm not supposed to think this, I'm not supposed to say this, because he has been so slowly cooked like a lobster. He doesn't actually realize how far gone he is compared to the Ryan Garcia we once knew. And again, I'm not defending Ryan Garcia in any way, shape or form. I'm just trying to understand and explain what I think is going on here, because Ryan is showing some really nasty personality traits with or without mental illness. He's really coming across like a shit human being here. But the Ryan Garcia we once knew didn't really come across this way at all. And some people might say this is the real him coming out. And maybe, but for me, I think he needs sectioned, and I think his family are in serious need to step the fuck up, do the right thing, and get their arms around this situation, because while everyone's on the take and everyone's getting the cash, they'll let him do what he wants. And that is when you know you've got a bunch of yes men around you who don't really give a fuck. Anyone standing by Ryan Garcia now and not trying to interfere is not a true friend, loved one, family member. They're not real. Now is the time to act. Because at this rate, even if he gets help, he's doing so much damage, he might not have a fucking career to come back to. And then where's your money going to come from? So even if you do it for yourself, get your hands around the situation, in my opinion. And if they don't, I fear for the worst for Ryan Garcia, because that kid is very recognizable. He's easy to find. He doesn't know when to shut the fuck up, and he could end up in some serious fucking trouble. And I don't mean with the police, because I tell you what, he's offending people who want to be fucked with right now. God knows where this is going to end up. So that's all I've got to say about that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have I got this wrong? I'm open, right? I've got my own experience with mental health. I'm sure you guys do too. And everyone is different. And me putting my own experiences onto this situation, I could be wrong. Ryan Garcia could just be a piece of shit, right? But it's the way I feel about it. And let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll be really interested to hear what you lot have got to say. Do leave a like if you don't mind. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.